want to lose weight, where do you turn? I'm miles overweight and I don't want to go to some muscle-bound head because they don't understand what I'm going through. I don't want to go to a fellow fatto for advice because what could they tell me that I don't already know? This is my answer. This podcast is my accountability buddy. You're in it with me, and we're going to figure these answers out together on a journey from fat to phenom. Hey, all right, it is crazy early in the morning for me, so apologies if I'm not as bouncing off the walls and my usual vibrant self. But anyway, I just want to get some thoughts down because I was up at 12:30 a.m., midnight. I got a call from my man it woke me up. I didn't take the call, but I thought, I'll return the call. It was my mate CJ. He's ET's right-hand man. He's the business brains behind Eric Thomas, who we met, my accountability buddy, my mate, my mentor. He's just my all-round legend. Well, CJ is kind of the other half of that entity. He may be the public face of that company, but CJ is they call themselves in that organization when they kind of blew up that ET was the mouth, CJ was the brains, and Carl was the hands. He would make the videos and upload. He was the tech guy. And so CJ is really the business behind Eric Thomas, the multi-million-dollar organization that is ET, the hip-hop preacher, Eric Thomas. So I returned CJ's call, and CJ, for the purposes of our of our little, accountability session that you and I are doing here, CJ was our size. He was bigger. He was a big unit. He's a big man. He's a football player, so he carried it very well. He's tall, but he was carrying weight. And he has committed, when he had his son, he committed to dropping the kilos. He made a commitment. He's saying, and he's really passionate about it. But that was the key for him, is the birth of his son. That was 3.5 years ago. And so I've known CJ since he was a bigger lad. And I've known him now that he is trim. And I tell you, I'm going to try and talk to him maybe the next day or so and record his thoughts for us. Because boy, oh boy, he really drove home some points. I told him that I was doing this podcast with you. And I told him that this is my way of being accountable and all of that. And he congratulated me on the effort and everything. But it's interesting that he did say that, that with all the money that's spent on weight loss, that there is not one human being in the world, not one, that doesn't know exactly what they need to do to go from, in the case of the podcast, fat to phenom. Every single person, and yet I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm sure there's billions of dollars, maybe even $1 trillion, I don't know, spent on weight loss shortcuts, weight loss programs and weight loss stuff, whether it's whatever it is. And yet, CJ put it really, really clear that everyone knows exactly what to do. Not even approximately. Everyone knows exactly what to do to lose weight. And it's just about convincing ourselves to do it. So CJ said it way more eloquently than me. So I'm going to do my best to get CJ to have a chat with me, you, and him. Let's sit down and let's get CJ's thoughts on it. Because, this whole podcast is about not getting advice from the skinnies, from the muscly dudes and the people who wouldn't understand us. And I get that. And I know that that's only, it's almost tongue-in-cheek, because I know that we can learn something from someone who's got a six-pack. We don't know that they didn't always, they might not have, they might have been. And in CJ's case, he was our size. He did the right thing over a couple of years, and he's now looking great. Trim. Added 10 years to his life, I'm sure. He's one of us. He may be, skinny now. He may be muscular now. He may be in good shape now and healthy and all of that. But he was just like me. He was just like you. He'd eat the stuff that he'd want to eat, not the stuff that he knew he should eat. He would exercise when he could be bothered, not when he knew he should. He did all the right things. He did all the wrong things back when I first met him. Something happened in his world where he flicked a switch. Then he started doing all the right things, and now he's where you and I want to be. So, we only spoke for maybe 20 minutes. Even in those few minutes, it really impacted me. So I'm going to try and hit him up to maybe tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can hit him up tomorrow, see if he can give us bit of his time to share with us some thoughts. It's really personal stuff, you know. I mean, we can talk about success till we're blue in the face, and I do. In my other trainings and things, I talk about how to be successful in business, how to do all that, and I've got that nailed. You know, that stuff it's weird how the very thing that other people kind of aspire to, that to me is second nature. How to make money, how to be successful, how to get famous in your industry if that's what you want, how to be a marketer, how to, you know, take a product to a marketplace, differentiate itself, you know, from others, and all of that stuff. How to sell something, you know, how to market something and sell it, you know, that's all something that other people find difficult that I happen to find easy. After I studied a lot, I mean, I did the work, but I tell you, this area, it's personal, it's tough, or at least for me. I mean, you know what? It's interesting. There are other people who find staying in shape the easy part and they can't do their business well. So anyway, CJ's the best of both worlds. A great business mind and knows his stuff, built a phenomenal brand with ET. But for our purposes, you know what he did? He went from fat to phenom. So I can't wait. I'm going to beg him. I'm going to say, C, we need you, man. Let's get on this thing. So, all right. So I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. All right. So it's early. Now, did I have my perfect day yesterday? Therein lies the question. Still early. Got to get my thoughts together. Yeah, it was pretty much. I had perfect breakfast, perfect lunch. I probably had a few too many sushi rolls. I had 6 instead of, I was going to have 3 and 3. I was going to have 3 yesterday and 3 today. I did have all 6 over the course of lunch and afternoon tea yesterday. What do I have for dinner? I had 2 cans of tuna for dinner. And a couple of crackers. So, yeah, you know what? As far as days go, there's an old country and western song about someone's female partner. It's called She's Close Enough to Perfect for Me. And he's talking about, you know, some of the things about his partner, you know, not exactly perfect, but then the chorus goes, but she's close enough to perfect for me. And yesterday was close enough to perfect for me. I haven't weighed myself yet, because it's still silly early. It's like 3 a.m. or something. I've just finished with CJ. I've emailed, what I have done since midnight, since 12:30 when I woke up. I have emailed one of the biggest motivational speakers, I've spoken to one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world's business manager, who's my brother over there in CJ, ET's manager. I have spoken with Sylvester Stallone's people in LA, his representatives, about discussing the possibility of coming down to Australia, potentially. Just to even be talking to those people was just staggering to me. I swapped an email with Gary Vaynerchuk's people about doing something potentially down here in Australia, but that's probably not going to happen. So potentially doing something in LA with Gary V, and now recorded my thoughts with you. And now here's what I'm thinking. I did go back to bed. I'm lying in bed right now. It is 2:48 a.m. And my first appointment is, there's my thing buzzing me. It's Brian Casella from the USA buzzing me there. Here's my thinking. I don't know what to do. I'll tell you tomorrow what I end up doing. But my first appointment is at 5 a.m. So that's 2 hours and 10 minutes from now. And there's no time, because I've got a 5 a.m., then an 8 a.m. So there's no time if my thing goes from 5 till 6, there's no time for me to go for a walk on the beach from 6:30 till 7. Yeah, there's no time before my 8 a.m. So if I don't go for a walk now, I won't go for a walk, because as soon as I've done my 8 a.m., I'm back to back until I need to get on a plane and go to Sydney. So I either have another hours sleep, maybe 2. I could probably get 2 hours sleep. If it's 10 to 3, I can be up at 10 to 5 for my 5 o'clock. They get 2 hours sleep and I don't get my full walk in. Wow, that's a tough one, because literally I was up at midnight. So that means I'm not going to get any sleep. I'll get, maybe 2 hours, because I was in bed at 10. Yeah, so there you go. You're hearing my innermost dilemmas. And these are the dilemmas that you face every day, that I face every day. What do? I've had 2 hours sleep, 2.5 hours sleep. I've got a full day ahead of me. Do I try and get another couple hours sleep, even though I'm a bit wired? Because look at what I've been doing since 12:30. I've been doing business. I've been doing top level business, in communicating with Sylvester Stallone's people and speaking with the states about various things. These are some of the highest level functions in my business. So I'm on when I'm doing that. And now, can I get back to sleep even? Can I get 2 hours sleep? I don't know. And it's pouring rain outside. Oh my God. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining outside. So if I go to the beach, I can't even listen to my music or podcast or training. I don't often listen to music. I listen to training audio programs. So I can't do that even. I've just got to go in the rain and walk. The dilemma. I'll let you know tomorrow what I do. All right, but I'm probably not going to go. That's crazy. We'll see. I might surprise myself, but man, it's cold. It is the middle of winter. It's cold and it's wet. Maybe that's the difference, huh? Maybe that's the difference. Maybe the CJs of this world would get out and do what they know they should do rather than what they are comfortable doing. All right, I'll let you know tomorrow what I do. And I'll let you know how I go with CJ, see if I can get a recording for C to pop his head in and see if we can make heads or tails of this fat to phenom journey, this thing that we're trying to do here. We're going good. I haven't weighed myself yet, so I'll weigh myself later today, let you know. But, we had a little kick up. We got back over the 120 mark temporarily in that little, with the trip to the States and probably eating too much, not monitoring and all of that. We're back down. We're back within striking distance of PBs. And especially with the perfect day yesterday, nutritionally, if I had to guess, I reckon we're down around the 116 mark or so, but I'll let you know tomorrow how we're going there. But the trip, so the trip, we went good. We had a near perfect day yesterday, so the trip is good, as you know. Now if you listen to this for the first time, you should know exactly what I'm talking about with head and trip. That means you've started here and you shouldn't. You need to go back to day one. This is a daily accountability program, not a listen to when you can program. We need to be on a journey together, not just listen to, this isn't your everyday podcast. This is an accountability program. So go back to day one. Start your journey on day one with me. You'll get up to this. It's fine. You'll get up to it, but just take it one day at a time, just like I'm doing for you. So the head and the trip. The trip's been good. Yesterday was a near perfect day. It was close enough to perfect for me. So if the trip stays that good every day, day in, day out, and we win those days, we're going to make it. The head. You know what? The head's pretty good, man. The head's good. If I'm up at 12:30 doing business with America in the middle of the night, then I do business with Australia when it's appropriate to do business in Australian hours, man. That's good, That's good. To have the honor of being able to do business globally is crazy. I never would have even pinched myself to think I'd be doing what I'm doing now. I never would have dared to dream this big, to be, and I'm not in business with Sylvester Stallone yet. I'm in business with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's been a couple of years now. I've been in business with Arnold Schwarzenegger, been socializing with him, having him as, again, partially my accountability buddy in my weight loss journey, and him telling me how proud he is of my journey so far. I mean, just pinch me, it's just crazy. So yeah, business is good. The head's good. The trip's good. Near perfect day yesterday. Let's see how today goes. I'll whether I get up and go for a walk or whether I get up and start work at 5 a.m. So I'm going to try and get a couple more hours sleep. So the head's good, the trip's good. Yeah, look, let's see how we go for the day. Things is good. We haven't fallen off the wagon, so we need another good consolidating perfect day today. And then we might do another couple of days cleanse to really ram home and get me to below that 114.8 where I kind of got to. That was the lowest I left my scales. 114.8 was the lowest I got. Then I went to Naomi's and her scales were off. Then we went to America and I wasn't weighing myself for the entire American trip. And there was no measurement. So 114.8 is the lowest I know that I got. I don't know if I got any lower than that, but we need to be back in the vicinity of that and then below it. So if we have a perfect day today, nutritionally, the liquid meal, the supplements, all of that. And yeah, like I said yesterday, if you do want to message me about what those supplements are, what those meal replacements are, they're really, really good. They work. I'm sure there's a lot of programs that work. I'm sure they all bloody work. But if you want mine, just message me on Facebook. and I'll get you that. So yeah, perfect day today. Then I think I'm going to do 2 cleanse days, and that'll bring me right down, I reckon, around the 114 mark, which will be really getting down to PB and continuing the journey down. All right, that's it for today. Let me see if I can get CJ on tomorrow or next day or something. See what his availability is, because he's a busy dude. They are making some plays there at Planet ET. Man, big stuff going down. So if you've never even checked out Eric Thomas, I know I've mentioned him before. We had him in, a week in on this journey. We had ET pop his head in to say good day to us. So, man, go check out those videos. You've already done that, I know. All right, cool. We'll talk tomorrow. Awesome. Hope you're rocking. Hit me up if you need anything. See ya.
Chasing all day and chasing all night. Sweet little thing flew off in fright. I don't wanna feel this way again. I want it, I need it. I'm gonna catch me a butterfly. I'm out of my mind and I don't know why. Hold the view, holding a gin jar. To catch this thing, there's something new. Start from scratch and I try plan 2. Plant my butt upon the ground. Stay real still, don't make no sound. Sit back, kick back, count to 1,000,010. I want it, I need it. I'm gonna catch me a butterfly. I'm out of my mind and I don't know why. Hold the view, holding a gin jar. She's the one, she got a good disguise. I always melt when I look in her eyes. Now I'm smarter, wiser, a little older. The butterfly lands on my shoulder. I want it, I got it. I'm gonna catch me a butterfly. I'm out of my mind and I don't know why. Hold with you, holding the gin jar. She's the one, she got a good disguise. I always melt when I look at her eyes. Hold with you, holding the gin jar. Oh, I'm gonna catch me a butterfly. I'm out of my mind and I don't know why. Hold with you, holding a gin jar. Honey, you're the one who got a good disguise. I always melt when I look in your eyes. Hold with you, holding a gin jar. Oh, baby, I got a big bug catcher with your name on it. Parsley, sage, rosemary, I got all the time in the world.